In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to set up a database in Firebase Studio. We'll walk through the Firebase console and get comfortable with the places you'll use most when working with Cloud Firestore. You'll see where to model data, secure it, optimize queries, plan for recovery, watch usage, and explore helpful add-ons. Open the Firebase console in your browser. This is your project's command center. On the project overview page, look to the left sidebar and find the section labeled Build. This area houses the services you use to develop features, including authentication, Firestore, and storage. Click Build to expand it if it isn't already open. Now choose Firestore Database. Firestore is Google's document database for mobile, web, and server apps. It's flexible, fast, and designed to scale globally. If Firestore is already enabled, you'll land in its dashboard. If it isn't, the console will prompt you to enable it and select a region. The dashboard is where you'll design and review your data. Select Data. This tab is your live view of collections and documents. A collection is like a folder, and each document is a JSON-style object with fields and values. Drill into collections, open documents, and you'll also see nested sub-collections which help you represent related data without joins. The Data tab provides quick actions to add a collection or a document, edit fields, and delete records. Be careful here, changes affect your live database. A safe habit is to test structures in a development project first, then replicate them in production once you're confident. Move over to Rules. Firestore security rules control who can read or write data and under what conditions, and they're evaluated on every request at the database layer. In the editor, you'll see a version header, path matchers that target parts of your database, and allow statements that reference request authentication and document data. Well-designed rules enforce ownership, validate field shapes, and prevent unauthorized access. Anytime you adjust rules, test them before publishing so you don't accidentally open or lock down your app. Open indexes next. Indexes make queries fast and enable compound filtering and sorting. Firestore creates single field indexes automatically, but composite indexes are required for queries that combine multiple, where clauses or order by on different fields. If a query needs an index, Firestore will return an error that links you to create the exact one. Building the right indexes reduces read operations and keeps latency steady as your data grows. Click Disaster Recovery to review backup and restore options. This area is all about resilience. Here you can examine backup policies, export snapshots, and understand how to recover from accidental deletions or bad writes. Establish a routine that matches your tolerance for data loss and downtime, and verify restores in a non-production environment so you know they work. Next, head to Usage. This dashboard shows reads, writes, deletes, storage size, and index build activity over time. It's essential for capacity planning and cost awareness because Firestore is built largely on operations. Spikes here can signal chatty clients, inefficient queries, or missing indexes. Use these insights to tune your data model and queries so costs stay predictable and performance stays solid. Finally, open extensions. Extensions are pre-built, configurable solutions that integrate with Firestore to handle common tasks like sending emails on document changes, resizing images, or syncing to external services. Browse what's available, read the billing notes, and try new extensions in a development project before bringing them into production. That's the tour. You've navigated the core areas of Firestore in the Firebase console. Data for modeling, rules for security, indexes for performance, disaster recovery for resilience, usage for monitoring, and extensions for ready-made functionality. Follow this flow whenever you set up or review a database, and you'll have a reliable foundation for your app.